school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by...
At Central Maine Community College,
I'm going to be a pathologist.
There is something for everyone.
An athletic trainer, physical therapist.
Your future starts here.
And Coram Credit Union, inspired by brighter futures and proud to support students, athletes, and the community. Learn more at ancoramcu.com.
Coastal Auto Parts, selling Napa auto parts since 1981. Owned and operated by a Maine family and proud to support student athletes.
Hammond Lumber Company, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with building supplies and custom services from 34 locations across.
From the Augusta Civic Center, it's the 2026 MPA Boys Class C State Final, presented by Hammond Lumber, between the Fort Kent Warriors and the Maranacook Black Bears.
Hey, it's the final game of the 25-26 school year, and it's here at the Augusta Civic Center, the Class C State Championship. I'm Toby Nelson, joined by the coach Ken Lindloff, and we've got a good one for you as the Northern Maine champion Fort Kent Warriors take on the Southern Maine champion, the Maranacook Black Bears. Two teams, similar styles, Ken. There's no other way we want to finish out the year.
No, and both teams won in similar fashions in the finals. Both teams upset, a mild upset. Fort Kent beating Caribou in a buzzer beater, and Maranacook taking down Spruce Mountain, also in a buzzer beater. So it was a remarkable story for both teams. And here we are. We'll find out who has the right answer for tonight's quiz.
You talked about those buzzer beaters. They both happened in the matter of a couple minutes of each other last Saturday night. One in Bangor, one here in Augusta. Aiden Jeffers hitting a big shot for the Fort Kent Warriors to bring them to their first ever state championship. And you look at Maranacook, they have been here, but it's been a while for Coach Travis Magnuson's bunch.
That's true. And, Coach Magnuson, he's noted, and Fort Kent is ready for this also, but he will change defenses repeatedly throughout the game. I'm going to try to keep track of how many different defenses they play. So they constantly try to keep you off balance by changing defenses. Talk to Coach Sear. They're ready for it, so it's not going to be anything special for them.
Speaking of Coach Sear, he's standing by right now with a third member of our broadcast crew, Ethan Snow. Ethan, take it away.
All right, standing by with Coach Sear from Fort Kent. Coach, what a win in the regional final to get here for the first time. What's it going to take to get the job done tonight?
First and foremost, we got to take care of the ball, hopefully get our transition game going. I noticed they switch defenses quite often, so with our transition game, sometimes we can get it in a hurry on the offensive end. We got to be a little patient, make sure we're moving the ball, moving away from the ball so we can recognize what they're in, and that's it. Just have fun, really.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck. Back to you guys.
You mentioned it before, Ken. They want to look at switching defenses, and here are the Fort Kent Warriors' road to the championship.
Yeah, one of the first things you look at is they had to travel quite a ways to get here. They came down today, actually this morning, but they've never won a gold ball. They had a 15-6 record, scored at 64 points per game, giving up 56 during the season, 51 during the tournament. Two players to watch. These are both outstanding players. Aiden Jeffers, he'll be the key to their attack, and Tobias Naranja is an outstanding shooter. So they defeated Sumner. Maranacook took them down, and then upsetting Caribou in the finals by that buzzer beater.
Both of these teams, 3 seeds. We've seen the Fort Kent side. Let's get the Maranacook side. Ethan Snow standing by with Travis Magnuson. Ethan?
All right, standing by with Coach Magnuson. Coach, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Coach Sear. Incredible win in the regional final last week. What's it going to take to get the job done tonight?
Well, I think the same type of energy. We know we're playing a great team tonight that has some really, really good players and one really special player. So we're going to have to do a good job of shutting down some of their guys. But we have a lot of respect for them. They're a great team.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back.
That's the Maranacook Black Bear story from Coach Travis Magnuson. Here's their road.
Yeah, great season by Maranacook. They had a 17-4 season, scoring 62 points a game, and they've upped it during the tournament. Last gold ball was in 2008. They had to travel a distance of 13 miles to get here. And for them, they've got two outstanding players, good shooters, in Gage Matson and Jack Fontaine. Fontaine is really kind of the head of the snake. Fort Kent's going to have to really control him from the point guard position. They defeated Wayne Fleet. They withstood a vigorous rally by Halldale and defeated them, and then, as we talked about, defeated Spruce Mountain on a buzzer beater.
If you're just joining us, the Maranacook girls got their first ever gold basketball as they knocked off Spruce Mountain earlier tonight. So let's send it over to the table. We will get the participants in this one. The final game of 25-26 gets underway right now.
Remind you that interscholastic athletics are an extension of the classroom. We ask that you support all student athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators with positivity throughout today's contest. Thank you in advance for your support of sportsmanship and of the 2026 MPA Maine State Basketball Tournament presented by Hammond Lumber Company. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hammond Lumber Company Auditorium at the Augusta Civic Center for the Maine Class C Boys State Championship game between the Northern Maine champion Fort Kent High School Warriors, visitors in the dark uniforms, and the Southern Maine champion Maranacook High School Black Bears, home team in the light uniform. Our officials this evening are Mr. Raymond, Mr. DePatsy, and Mr. Herring. Official scorers David Burns. Official timer is Dave Tortolot. And on the score clock is Lindsey Given. Before announcing the starters, we'll introduce each team member. For Fort Kent, wearing number 4, Samuel Johnson. Number 5, Dominic Sear. Number 13, Gavin Sevier. Number 14, Kyle Parody. Number 15, Jaden Jeffers. Number 20, Gregory Willett. Number 24, Nathan Castongwe. And number 40, Benjamin Albert. For Maranacook, wearing number 1, Ethan Chilton. Number 2, Josh Herzing. Number 4, Paxton Plord. Number 5, Calder Gloa. Number 14, Brennan Boyd. Number 22, Luke Tinkham. And number 40, Henry Tarbuck. And now for the starting lineups for tonight's game. At center for Fort Kent, a senior, standing 6'4", number 32, Finnegan Kelly. At forward for Maranacook, a freshman, standing 6'2", number 12, Gage Matson. At guard for Fort Kent, a junior, standing 6'3", number 10, Aiden Jeffers. At forward for Maranacook, a sophomore, standing 6'3", number 32, Alex LaBelle. At guard for Fort Kent, a junior, standing 6'2", number 22, Mason Pelletier. At forward for Maranacook, a senior, standing 6 feet, number 13, Elijah Freeman. At guard for Fort Kent, a senior, standing 5'7", number 2, William Morneau. At guard for Maranacook, a junior, standing 5'11", number 3, Jack Fontaine. At guard for Fort Kent, a senior, standing 6 feet, number 12, Tobias Narunya. And at guard for Maranacook, a junior, standing 6'3", number 20, Graydon Reben. The coach for Fort Kent is Chad Sear. The coach for Maranacook is Travis Magnuson.
That's the tail of the tape. We've seen the Fort Kent Warriors starters. We've seen the Maranacook starters in this one, and the keys to the game here for the Fort Kent Warriors and Maranacook Black Bears.
Yeah, so the Warriors of Fort Kent, non-stick cooking surface. That means they've got to keep moving the ball from side to side. You don't want to let the ball stick in anybody's hands. They have to pound the glass. Maranacook is really aggressive defensively on the offensive boards as well. For Maranacook, they've got to put a lid on it. They've got to take care of Aiden Jeffers. He's their number one priority defensively. And they rely on their transition game, which stems from their defense. So they use defensive energy to create offense.
Finn Kelly to jump center for the Fort Kent Warriors. Is number 12, Gage Matson, to jump center for Maranacook. Referee Nick Raymond to toss it up here as the final game of 25-26 about ready to get underway. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it as the opening tip. Actually, it's going to be picked up by Fort Kent. I don't think you can be the jumper to catch the ball. So a violation on Fort Kent. That means it's a Maranacook ball.
They're double teaming Fontaine on the inbounds.
Freeman into Fontaine. He'll start things off. Fontaine kind of Mr. Everything for Coach Travis Magnuson's bunch. Maranacook moves it down inside. Good ball movement off the glass and in. Gage Matson.
Yeah, set play with the back screen for Matson. Wide open for the layup.
In the front court, Morneau. Now Pelletier for the Fort Kent Warriors. Aranya for the Warriors. He had a great Northern Maine tournament. Three-point try. That one's good. Will Morneau for three.
Good ball movement right there. That was one of the keys to the game. They moved the ball side to side.
3-2, Warriors with a lead over the Maranacook Black Bears. Opening minute of the first quarter from the Augusta Civic Center. Elijah Freeman gets it over on the far side. Reben now inside. The kick-out pass goes in the corner. Freeman three off the back rim, no good. Rebound taken down inside by Fort Kent. No, out of bounds. Warriors out of bounds as Finn Kelly stepped out of bounds with it.
Wide open three that time by Freeman. Had a really good look.
Freeman inbounding for Maranacook in the home white uniforms. They traveled 13 miles to get here. Fort Kent 257. Down the lane, the runner no good. Rebound pulled off by Fort Kent. Jeffers into the front court now with it with Morneau. Morneau steps back. He wants three. Yes.
William Morneau for three.
He's got two of them.
Yeah, they were a little bit late. Was Maranacook picking up in transition. Morneau had the wide open three.
He's got all 6 points so far for Fort Kent, and they lead it by a 6-2 score. It's Fontaine from way downtown. Missed and taken off by Fort Kent. Front court with it, Morneau. He'll try another, yes!
Timeout.
William Morneau for three.
Well, that's the way to start if you're the Fort Kent Warriors. Morneau with 3 threes.
And the last two times, they just didn't pick him up in transition. Here we go. Gets his feet set. You can see there's nobody even close to him.
Timeout taken by Coach Travis Magnuson, so he'll chat it over with his club. 6:22 to go here in the first quarter. And Fort Kent out to a 9-2 lead thanks to Will Morneau.
So I think maybe they're so focused on Jeffers, who's, I don't even know if he's touched the ball yet. But yeah, you've got to cover everybody, particularly in transition. You can't let shooters get wide open looks like that.
Elijah Freeman out of the timeout with it. This is a 9-0 run for Fort Kent. Matson will dribble up into front court, picked up and guarded by Mason Pelletier of the Warriors. Little step back jumper around the rim, no good. The putback, no good. Fight for the rebound, taken off by Fort Kent. Here's Aiden Jeffers into the front court. Had a great Northern Maine tournament. The floater, he got it.
Great body control. He avoided a charge. Looked like he put his shoulder down. Was going to run into the defensive player, but he elevated over him.
Aiden Jeffers with a quick bucket, and Fort Kent out to an 11-2 lead over Maranacook. Great start for Fort Kent. They came down earlier today, had a chance to watch a few games, get acclimated to the Civic Center. Down the lane, off the glass, no good for Matson. Rebound ripped away by Fort Kent. They're just muscling it right now. Naranja into the front court, goes baseline. They give it right back to him, off the glass and in.
Tobias Naranja.
Great start. If you're a Fort Kent Warrior, you got the exact start that they wanted.
It's a 13-0 run here for Fort Kent. Maranacook scored the first two with Gage Matson. It's been all Warriors since.
Here comes the set play they ran in the opening tip.
Fontaine kicks it over near side. Freeman for three, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Matson, and he gives it out to Fontaine. Fontaine steps over right side three, short. Rebound taken off by Pelletier of Fort Kent. Warriors running into front court. They give it off to Jeffers. Jeffers spots into the corner. Morneau, another one around it off, no good.
Almost.
That one looked like it was in. And the rebound pulled off by Maranacook with Fontaine. Big start for Fort Kent. Down inside, shot blocked by Finn Kelly, but he's called for the foul, and that'll send the Black Bears to the free throw line with Alex LaBelle.
Pretty slow that time getting to Alex LaBelle. He was wide open.
Couple subs getting set to check in for both of these clubs with 4:37 to go in the first quarter.
We talked about Maranacook creating offense out of their defense, but so far their defense hasn't created anything.
First free throw around and out. Ethan Chilton checking in for Maranacook. And let's see, Jaden Jeffers coming in for Fort Kent, so he and Aiden both on the court right now. Aiden number 10, Jaden number 15. Second shot around and out, no good. Missed them both. Rebound pulled off by Fort Kent. This is Aiden Jeffers from way downtown. Whoa!
And nobody picked him up. He dribbled right to the three-point line, uncontested.
A 14-point advantage here for Fort Kent to start it. On the other side, Fontaine no good. Rebound, a foul going over the top was Alex LaBelle. He'll be called for the foul.
Fort Kent doing a good job blocking out. LaBelle had to go over the back. Let's take a look at it.
Black Bears will have to play from behind in this one, trailing by 14 with 4:16 to go in the opening quarter.
It's a good block out by Dom Sear.
Naranja off on the near side, Pelletier. That's Dom Sear, corner Jeffers. Now out to Pelletier. Gives it up inside, Naranja. Gets the shot to go.
Another timeout.
Fort Kent fans behind us are going crazy. And the bench standing up right now as the timeout called. Maine Public would like you to remember Chris Thornton, who was a lifelong high school basketball fan. Chris supported today's coverage by making a bequest to Maine Public. His gift helps produce this statewide tradition for all of you to enjoy. For more information on how to support this coverage, you can call Scott Marshaldon at 207-330-4510. We appreciate your support. Great start here for Fort Kent, Coach.
Oh, you couldn't script it any better. But they've earned it. They've shot the ball well. They've created open looks. They've run the floor well. Maranacook has been slow in their defensive transition, and you couldn't ask for a better start.
Chilton inbounds it, gets it into Fontaine as Maranacook trying to find the answer. They scored the first bucket of the game. That was a Matson basket, and Fort Kent's ripped off 18 straight. At the free throw line, backing his way down, Matson, ball knocked away, stolen by Jeffers. He's off to the races to the glass, lays it up and in.
Aiden Jeffers.
Well, you're Maranacook, you got to withstand this, and you got to start over. You know, you can't worry about what happened. You got to start right now, 0-0.
Inside shot blocked away as towards the baseline, picked back up by the Black Bears. Skip pass into the corner. Rebound for three, that's off the mark. Rebound taken down by Naranja of Fort Kent.
Rebound made 7 threes in that championship game.
They know he can score as a carrying violation on Naranja, so he's called for the carry. 3:04 to play in the opening quarter. Toby Nelson, Ken Lindloff with you from the Augusta Civic Center. You see the faithful for Maranacook. They've got a huge student section over there, but they haven't had a lot to cheer about yet.
No, they haven't. But they'll settle down. They create some stops and maybe get some turnovers on the defensive end.
All knocked away by Jeffers and out of bounds. So if you're just joining us, Fort Kent leading it 20-2. Maranacook scoring the first basket. Fort Kent's run off 20 straight. Gage Matson. Now Fontaine. In the home whites for the Maranacook Black Bears at the free throw line. Fontaine comes up short. Rebound to Pelletier. Out to Jeffers, and he's running. This is Aiden to his brother as the shot no good. That one passed to Jaden Jeffers. And he missed it. Rebound kick out into the corner. Three-point try. Chilton, that one's good. So they stop the bleeding with a three-pointer.
Ethan Chilton, the three.
That was an example of the kind of a transition that Maranacook can play with. Here's another steal.
Steal from Jeffers. It goes to Fontaine. He lays it in. They've run off 5 straight. So they've answered back with 5 straight points. Jaden Jeffers, a foul. As a blocking foul on Maranacook.
Foul number 5, Calder Gloa. Personal foul number 1.
Calder Gloa called for the foul.
Let's take a look here. Oh.
Maranacook the inbound along the sideline in front of their bench. Fort Kent the inbound in front of the Maranacook.
So here's the defensive change now. It's going to be a double team, so it's a 1-2-2 zone trap.
Quick passing inside. Sear kick out to the corner. Three-point shot comes up short. Rebound though to Jeffers of the Warriors.
Good ball movement by Fort Kent.
Leading it by 13. They led by as many as 18. Minute 45 to play in the quarter. Ball thrown away. Here come the Black Bears into the front court. Chilton. As this cross-court pass knocked away, goes out of bounds off of Fort Kent. You can see that Maranacook's starting to settle in a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a couple of turnovers and they're able to run the floor.
Knocked out by Will Morneau. Hit 3 threes in a row early on in this first quarter. Inbounds pass. Fontaine's got it for the Black Bears. Gives it out to Reben. He'll try 3. Around and off, no good. And a foul in the rebounding action on Ethan Chilton.
Foul number 1, Ethan Chilton. Personal foul number 1.
Let's take a look. That's a deep 3 by Reben. And the push from behind on the part of Chilton. 3 fouls for Maranacook so far.
Aiden Jeffers.
Here comes the pressure.
Quickly double team, steps through it easily, gives it right back. Puts the shot up, he got fouled. And Aiden will head to the free throw line for a couple.
So Fort Kent is prepared for any number of these defenses that Travis Magnuson will throw at them. They put a player right in the foul line, were able to get the ball to him. That kind of breaks that pressure.
Jeffers at the free throw line. First one around and off, no good. 7 first quarter points for Aiden Jeffers. Brennan Boyd now in the game for Maranacook. The Fort Kent student section. Jeffers' second shot is good. 1 of 2 at the line.
Now that Fort Kent's going to play his zone. 1-3-1.
Fontaine. As a kick out goes to Matson for 3. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound taken around by Sear of Fort Kent. Sear to Morneau. Now Jeffers. Jeffers gives it back up top. Morneau. Jeffers at the free throw line. Pull up, pop. Back rimmed it, no good. Fight for the rebound. Pulled down by Maranacook. Black Bears running 3-on-1 into the front court. Down the lane, a little runner. Front rim, no good. But tipped back out by Maranacook. As they'll throw it into the back court. As soon as Fontaine picks it up, it's going to be a violation. And there is going to be a flop warning on Fort Kent. So there's the warning.
Next one will be a technical foul. Next one committed by Fort Kent.
36 seconds to work with here in the first quarter. Pelletier gets it into Jeffers. Fort Kent went on a 20-0 run here in this quarter. Had an 18-point lead. Leading by 14 right now with 25 seconds to go. First quarter action. Pelletier hands it off to Sear along the baseline.
Good pressure that time. Out of their man-to-man by Maranacook. Forced a turnover.
Travel right there. So it's turned over to the Black Bears with 16 seconds. Fontaine walks it into the front court. Boyd gets it back up top. Freeman, double team, skip pass thrown away. Stolen by Pelletier. Pelletier spins in the lane, goes up with a shot off the glass and in. It'll count at the buzzer and puts an exclamation point on the first quarter for the Fort Kent Warriors. After one, it's Fort Kent 23 and Maranacook 7. We'll take a timeout, come back with second quarter action right after this.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by...
At Thomas College, we do college differently. We do academics differently. We do community differently. We do careers differently. It's time to do college differently.
Sheridan Construction, a Maine company committed to building on their promise for over 75 years.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
At the Augusta Civic Center, Toby Nelson, Ken Linloff getting set for second quarter action. And coach, first quarter belonged to the Fort Kent Warriors.
Oh, in every way, in every category. I just want to make a comment, observation, that last defense by Fort Kent in a 1-3-1. They put Jeffers at the top of that, and he's got, long arms, very athletic. So they had a hard time throwing over the top. Result was a steal and a bucket right at the end of the quarter.
23-7 as we start the second quarter. Fort Kent went on a 20-0 run. Black Bears opened up with the first basket. Fort Kent ripped off 20 straight points. Second quarter underway here.
Trapping defense.
Down inside, shot off the glass, no good. And we get a foul in the rebounding action going on Fort Kent. So the Warriors show a couple different players in here. Sam Johnson starting the second quarter for the Warriors. Tobias Narunya called for the foul. That's his first, and the first on the team. Fontaine, front court for Maranacook. Alex LaBelle just checked back in, and now Fontaine holds out in the jump circle. He's guarded by Johnson. Fontaine goes down low, set played inside to Matson, up off the glass and in.
Matson came off a back screen down in the baseline. Got him open for an easy bucket.
So Matson with a bucket.
2-1-2, half-court trap.
Naranya had a great Eastern Maine tournament. Pass up top, knocked away and stolen, taken out. Chilton up ahead of the pack. He'll go to the glass and lay it in. So Chilton with a timeout. Chilton with a basket, and a timeout called by Fort Kent.
Here we go. This is the end of the transition. And as Chilton cuts off the angle, the defender able to get a free path to the basket.
So Coach Chad Sear snaps a quick timeout to talk it over with his club as the Black Bear fans with a few things to cheer about right now as they trail by 12 points. Maine Public brings you the Maine State High School Basketball Championships for free, whether over the air or streaming. Basketball fans around the world can cheer on their favorite team. Why not cheer on Maine Public by helping to support this free broadcast? Show your support for basketball on Maine Public Television by becoming a member. Head to mainepublic.org and click the big red donate button right now. You can't miss it on our website at mainepublic.org. And you can help out coverage of high school basketball for years to come. Out of the timeout, Fort Kent ball. See if they reestablish themselves right now.
And Maranacook's got some mileage here out of this half-court trap. They do a great job of attacking with high hands defensively. Looks like a 2-2-1. They'll run at the ball, first chance.
Johnson Off in the corner, three-point shot off the back rim, no good, but it comes right down to Morneau. Morneau gives it out to Naranja. Pass knocked away, stolen, taken out by Fontaine. Fontaine has it to the glass, puts it up, no good, but draws the foul. So Maranacook very active in that defense right now.
Yeah, they're starting to pay off. They're starting to get turnovers and runouts.
Tobias Naranja called for the foul. That's his second. He's going to head to the bench here in just a moment for Coach Chad Sear. Fontaine at the free throw line to shoot two. First one for Fontaine is good. Everything was rolling for Fort Kent.
Yeah.
Had an 18-point lead, but the Black Bears chipping away here. They've got it down to 10 with that free throw by Fontaine.
That's a 6-0 run to start the quarter.
Pass into the corner, almost thrown away. Pelletier able to save it, and he knocks it out of bounds off a Maranacook player. They've scored the first 6 points of the quarter. It was 23-7 after one. 23-13 right now. Pelletier inbounds in front of the Maranacook bench. Johnson gives it to Jeffers. He'll go up with a shot. Can't get the roll, but a blocking foul on Maranacook. So that'll send Jeffers to the free throw line for two.
Watch, here he comes. Foul's going to go to Matson.
Just his first. Here's Coach Travis Magnuson. Now to Aiden Jeffers is the first shot off the front rim, no good. 1 for 3 from the line for Aiden. He'll get a second here. And that one's good. So he makes 1 of 2.
Fort Kent showing a little bit of pressure themselves.
Back up to an 11-point lead for the Warriors. Fontaine down along the near side to Matson. Matson, the hesitation dribble in the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Kelly of Fort Kent. Jeffers quickly into the front court. Now Johnson right back to Jeffers, goes up with a shot, whistle, player control foul on Jeffers.
Good job anticipating that time by Matson. Drew the foul. Here comes the pass. Matson gets there just in time. Tough call, though. That was one of these block charge calls. A lot of 50-50 calls out there.
First foul on Jeffers. Rebound into the front court, now to Fontaine. 6:09 to go in the first half from the Augusta Civic Center. We're glad you can be with us for state championship coverage on the stations of Maine Public Television. The final game of the 25-26 school year. Off in the corner for Maranacook. Reben goes down low as they'll throw it back up top. Matson weaves through the defense, goes right to the glass and lays it in.
They took the ball all the way from half court, went all the way to the rim.
Here's Jeffers the other way, knocked away from behind, but right to Johnson. Pelletier is fouled from behind as he gave it into Jeffers. So there's a foul on Maranacook. Goes on Chilton.
Personal foul number 2. Team foul number 2.
Both coaches rotating substitutes in the game.
With the pace of play, you're going to need, both teams are going to need a deep bench.
Jeffers, Jaden and Aiden both in the game right now. As the shot missed, that three-point try missed by Pelletier, and the rebound comes down to Maranacook. Fontaine, front court, guarded by Johnson. Pull-up pop, Fontaine short. Rebound, though, taken down by the Black Bears. Rebound for 3, around the rim and off. And it's taken down by Fort Kent. Quickly into the front court, Pelletier, as the ball gets knocked out of bounds off Maranacook. It'll stay with Fort Kent with 5 minutes to play in the first half.
Maranacook has definitely picked up their energy and defensive intensity. It's paid off. It's an 8-1 advantage for this quarter so far.
Off on the near side, this is Jaden Jeffers to his brother Aiden. Jaden open in the corner for three, yes. So he's in the scoring column.
Jaden Jeffers for three.
The bottom of the basketball didn't get much higher than 10 feet. Line drive.
Didn't have to that time. Inside to LaBelle, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Fort Kent. Aiden Jeffers into the front court. Leaves it off on the far side. Three-point shot short. Rebound taken off by Maranacook, and they're running the floor. Here's Matson, gets into traffic and is fouled. He's pushed from behind.
Before the shot.
Foul number 4, Paxton Ford. Personal
Here we
foul
go.
number
Here
1.
comes Matson with the left hand. Run into from behind. Foul on Sam Johnson.
Johnson's first.
That's 4. That's 4 for Fort Kent for this quarter. Next one, they go to 2.
They inbound to Fontaine. The catch and the shot is missed. And the rebound off to Fort Kent. Johnson, front court. This is Jaden Jeffers. As another three-point try. That one's good for Pelletier. So, Ken, they've been good from downtown here tonight.
Oh, yeah. And it's not just one guy.
There's a whistle. What is it? The basket's going to count. A blocking foul on the Fort Kent Warriors.
Good take by Fontaine. You'll see him coming right into your living room. Draws the foul. Converts the bucket.
Dom Sear back in the game for Fort Kent.
Jack Fontaine.
So Fontaine to shoot 2 shots. He was just 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
Coach Sear not too happy with that foul. You never want to foul the jump shooter. Make him earn it.
Pass goes inside, up off the glass. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Maranacook. Black Bears running into front court. 3:43 to go in the quarter. Lean in, shot by Matson, no good. Rebound taken down by the Warriors. And quickly down court. This is Jaden Jeffers. Jaden will get called for a player control foul.
Yeah, Fontaine had it lined up for quite a while. Took a good hit.
Player control foul, number 15, Jaden Jeffers. Personal foul number 1.
That's Jaden's first. Team's 5th, but no shots on player controls. Fontaine. Bounce pass inside. Spin move by Gloa, but he's called for the travel. Taldrick Gloa now in the game for Maranacook. A lot of players have played in this first half for both these clubs, keeping fresh legs on the court. Will Morneau hit 3 threes in the opening 2 minutes of this one. Hasn't scored since, but those 9 points really helped the Warriors to their early lead. This is Pelletier to the free throw line. Now Aiden Jeffers. And he backs away from traffic. Jeffers, foul line elbow, gives it out to Pelletier for 3, around and out. Rebound taken off by Reben. Reben to Fontaine. Front court pass knocked away and stolen by Pelletier. He's fouled from behind. The 3rd team foul on Maranacook.
We'll see what Fort Kent does with Aiden Jeffers on the bench.
Number 1, Ethan Chilton. Personal foul number 3. Team foul number 3.
Foul on Ethan Chilton. That is his 3rd. So he'll check out. 3rd team foul on Maranacook. Morneau, front court to number 22, Pelletier. And now Aiden Jeffers up top. Fort Kent Warriors running through their offensive set. Here's Pelletier, gets inside, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Sear. He puts it up, no good, but draws the foul on Fontaine.
Foul number 3, Jack Fontaine. Personal foul number 1.
That's his first. At the free throw line, shooting 2, Dom Sear, who is yet to score in the state final. 2 shots for Sear. As the first one around and out, no good. And one more for the Fort Kent Junior. That second one hangs on the rim and falls off. Hit every portion of the rim, didn't go down. And the rebound ripped away by Maranacook. Into the front court, it's Reben. Now Freeman. Matson's got it for the Black Bears. Pull up pop in the lane or around the rim and in.
Gage Matson.
Matson's doing a great job of just attacking every chance he gets. Puts his head down and tries to get into the lane.
He's got 8 points. Here's Jeffers from way downtown. Swish.
Aiden Jeffers for 3.
12 first half points for Aiden Jeffers. 33-20 in favor of Fort Kent.
Back into a 1-3-1.
Fontaine from about 28 feet. Wow.
Jack Fontaine for 3.
He was way behind the three-point line. This is Jeffers the other way. Pull up pop. Got it. The two big guys going at it. Fontaine off into the corner. Reben gets the ball back in the corner. Now swings it around to Fontaine. He wants another one that comes up short. And it goes out of bounds off Maranacook, Fort Kent ball.
Maybe he was too close on that shot.
Warriors to inbound.
Here comes pressure.
Jeffers at the free throw line, pulls up with it, no good. Sear the follow, can't get it to go. Jeffers the third time, no. Fight for the rebound, ripped away by Maranacook.
Here comes Matson.
Letting them play inside. Here's Fontaine. Dumps it down low. Gloa, the shot no good, blocked away. Boxed around, picked up by Fort Kent.
Impressed with the job that Finn Kelly has done on the boards. 1-2-2, pressure. Here comes a trap.
30 seconds to work with here in the first half. Jeffers gets it back out near the jump circle. Works to the near side, Morneau.
It's actually, I'm going to call this a diamond and one. Man-to-man on Aiden Jeffers and a diamond defense by everybody else.
Off in the corner, Pelletier picks up the dribble. Now back to Sear with 13 seconds. Now Morneau.
Yep, trying to keep the ball away from Jeffers, but he's got it right now.
Gloa on him right now. They set a screen. Jeffers with 3 seconds. Kicks it off. Goes over to Morneau. 3 on the way. Around the rim and off. No good at the buzzer. And the first half ends here from the Augusta Civic Center. A big first quarter for Fort Kent, and they've ridden that lead to the half. The score at the half, Fort Kent 35, Maranacook 23. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with halftime after this on the stations of Maine Public Television.
Of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
At Central Maine Community College,
I'm going to be a pathologist.
there is something for everyone.
An athletic trainer, physical therapist.
Your future starts here.
A new car? A new home? Or what about that vacation you know you deserve? Why spend more when you could spend less? MaineCreditUnions.org.
Hammond Lumber Company, with 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers since 1953.
Expect the unexpected at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, committed to providing an affordable education with a personalized experience full of discovery and innovation.
It's a fun way to challenge myself and see what I know.
It's a unique experience to meet other kids from around the state.
It's really, really cool to see everyone's different talents and skills. So making a game out of it is the perfect combination.
And I can learn a lot of new fun facts and just show off my knowledge.
I just really like trivia. I know a lot of stuff and I want to share all this random stuff I know with my school to help improve school spirit.
And I want to be with my friends and hopefully win. Let's go have some fun with trivia.
the Augusta Civic Center. Toby Nelson, the coach, Ken Lindloff. We're at the half, 35-23. It's the Fort Kent Warriors with the lead over at the Maranacook Black Bears. We have some sportsmanship awards that we will be giving away here in just a moment. But a good first half for the Fort Kent team. They jumped out to a 20-2 lead thanks to a 20-0 run. And that's how we get to this 35-23 halftime score. I believe we're going to have some sportsmanship awards here in just a moment. Is that what we're waiting on?
We've had an entertaining first half. This is entertaining basketball. We got a fun game going on.
Up and down action between these two clubs. We'll send it over to the table and have the award ceremony right now.
Before we close the 2026 Maine basketball tournament, we would like to take a moment to thank Dorn Stout, tournament director here at the Augusta Civic Center. After 15 years at the helm, Dorn will be retiring at the end of this tournament. He is the second longest tenured director ever at the Augusta Civic Center. Mr. Stout took over as director of the tournament in 2011 while he was still athletic director at Erskine Academy. For the next 5 years, Dorn would serve and lead in a dual role until his retirement from Erskine after 22 years. For the next 10 years, Dorn's leadership and passion would guide the tournament into this modern era of basketball. He is quick to pass praise to those around him, but one thing that has never changed has been his emphasis on putting kids first. His positive energy, infectious attitude, and authentic leadership will be greatly missed as he moves on to full retirement. The thousands of players and coaches that have played here at the Augusta Civic Center may never fully understand the impact that he had upon some of their greatest lifetime memories. The committee, staff, and Civic Center employees, as well as his family who joins us tonight, thank you for years of service and dedication and the impact your leadership had on all of those you came in contact with. Thank you, Dorn.
Doran Stout, longtime tournament director, a very friendly face when you come into the Augusta Civic Center.
Oh, he's a great guy. Was a pretty good coach there at Erskine for a while.
Let's send it over to the floor. Ethan Snow with a special guest. Ethan?
Thank you very much, Toby. I'm squatting next to a former college classmate of mine from the New England School of Communications, but also somebody who's been around this Fort Kent program for a very long time, Aiden Sirwa. Aiden, on behalf of, what does it mean to yourself and the rest of this Fort Kent community to finally see this boys program enter a state championship game?
It's so special. I mean, we've had teams, we've always been competitive, especially in Class C, but we've never been able to get over that hump. But to finally get over that and to be here at the Civic Center is it's really, really special.
Thoughts on the first half? You saw Fort Kent get out to a really, really fast start, really, really good start, shooting very well from the floor, which you knew Maranacook was to come back into it. What are your expectations for the second half?
Yeah, I'm expecting a fast-paced half. I mean, Fort Kent loves to play fast-paced, always been that way, and I'm expecting it to be up and down and high-scoring and very, very competitive second half.
All right, Aiden, well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of this game. And, Toby, Coach, back to you.
All right, Ethan, thanks very much. Yeah, 35-23 at the half. And Coach Lindloff, if you're in the locker room right now, what are you talking over with on either side of this one, Fort Kent or Maranacook?
Well, first, from Travis's point of view, the coach at Maranacook, he's got to just put especially the first quarter in the rearview mirror and just go to playing basketball their way, which is up-tempo, defense first. And when they started doing that, they started to claw their way back into the game. They got off to a good start in the second quarter, and they've closed the gap. So it's going to be keep their attitude positive about the business ahead of them and just keep playing their game. If you're Fort Kent, almost the same thing. You can't worry about having a great start. You got to start from right now, and the most critical point of the game is going to be the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, and we'll see what happens. maybe Maranacook can claw their way back into it. Can Fort Kent extend their lead or at least maintain it? So really looking forward to how this all unfolds here in the second half.
State championships held earlier today. The Valley boys and girls picking up wins, knocking off Wisdom and Easton respectively. The Penobscot Valley girls and Monmouth boys winning Class D. The Maranacook girls winning Class C earlier tonight. Of course, Lawrence and Gardner winning last evening. Lawrence girls and the Gardner boys. The Chevrolet girls get an overtime win over Hamden. Looks like Portland's pulling away from Camden Hills in the Class A game. That one will finish. And then this one will be the final game of the 25-26 school year. We will take a break. When we come back, second half action from the Augusta Civic Center. It's a 12-point lead for Fort Kent at the half on the stations of Maine Public Television.
Of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
Hammond Lumber Company, with 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers since 1953.
Coastal Auto Parts, selling Napa auto parts since 1981. Owned and operated by a Maine family and proud to support student athletes.
And Coram Credit Union, inspired by brighter futures and proud to support students, athletes, and the community. Learn more at ancorumcu.com.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
Borealis, the nature of Maine. Maine Public Television's Emmy Award-winning series is back with another season full of incredible stories from Maine's backcountry. We'll take you to scenic mountaintops, across pristine lakes and rivers, to the rugged coast and places beyond, searching for the people, places, and wildlife that define this great state of Maine. Join us on this adventure as we travel the backroads, trails, and waterways that connect Maine's people to the great outdoors. It all kicks off April 2nd on Maine Public Television.
We're talking it over with his club. Coach Travis Magnuson talking it over with his club as we get ready to start the second half. Toby Nelson, Ken Lindloff with you from the Augusta Civic Center. Nick Godfrey is our executive producer. I want to thank Ethan Snow working the sidelines. Tammy Wybor is our table producer today. She's passing us notes and keeping us in line, so we appreciate all her work here throughout the course of the day. It has been a long one for many members of the stations of Maine Public Television. So,
quick turnaround from last night.
Yeah, no question. 8 games between Bangor and Augusta, and then, of course, you add the 2 in Portland as well. So 10 games in the matter of about 28 hours' time. And you can thank all the fine folks behind the scenes for making this one happen.
1-3-1 defense by Fort Kent.
Fontaine, pull up pop. He starts the second half off with a bucket.
And if you're Fort Kent, I'm sure Coach Sear reminded them about the importance of taking care of the basketball so they get a shot every time down.
So second half underway. Jeffers for 3, missed it. Rebound taken off by Fontaine of Maranacook. They trailed by 10. They trailed by as many as 18 in the first half. Fontaine gets it back up top, guarded by Jeffers. Nice dump pass underneath LaBelle, all alone, lays it in.
Yeah, the back of that zone, you've got to pay attention to where the post players are.
Both these coaches started with ties on, and neither tie is on right now. So you can tell there's a lot of walking, a lot of pacing on those sidelines. Naranya's 3 missed. Rebound taken off by LaBelle, and the rebound pushed out to Maranacook. Fontaine front court with it for the Black Bears. Skips it off into the corner. Freeman drives baseline, gets by his man, lays it up and in.
Could be timeout.
6 straight points for Maranacook. It's a 6-point ball game, Coach.
Yeah, and the back of that zone is absolutely falling asleep. So you've got all that length out front with Jeffers, but you've got to have somebody back there protecting the basket. Here comes a shot fake. Help is late. Leave their feet. Wide open look.
So the basket goes for the Maranacook Black Bears. They're starting to feel a little bit better about it. 35-29, 6:39 to play here in the third quarter from the Augusta Civic Center.
And we talked about the importance of getting off to a good start here in the third quarter. And so far, Maranacook has answered the bell.
Out of the timeout, Jeffers with the basketball to inbound. Morneau back there with him.
We'll see if there's a defensive change here. Looks like just straight man.
This is Morneau, breaks the time stripe as he's picked up and guarded by Freeman. Yeah, man-to-man ball thrown away, stolen out by Fontaine. As he moves up floor, ball goes out of bounds, and it's off of Fontaine. So Morneau stood there. There was not a charge or a player control foul call. Just went out of bounds off of Fontaine.
There was a play on.
Coach Magnuson just telling Fontaine to settle down. Jeffers now up top with it to Pelletier. As his pass thrown away, threw it right to Matson. As inside, shot's going to be jumped up, tied up, possession arrow to favor Fort Kent. So
good job of putting Matson in a crowd right here. You'll see him get the pass, and they stay down. They're not trying to block the shot. They stay down.
Morneau was able to get his hands in and tie him up. So the possession arrow favors Fort Kent. This is Naranya for the Warriors. Got free of his man, pulls up with a jumper, got it.
Able to turn the corner, got about a 12-foot jumper.
So Naranya with the bucket makes it an 8-point lead for Fort Kent with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Freeman, ball kicked, and it'll stay with Maranacook.
Set play there, looking for the back door. So you see Fontaine making the backdoor cut.
Jaden Jeffers checking in. And Dom Sear coming in as well. Reben off in the corner. This is Freeman back up top. Fontaine, three, got it.
He can heat up in a hurry.
That's 15 for Fontaine. 5-point game, as close as they've been in a while. Here's Jeffers in the lane, rattles around, no good. Rebound fought for. Jeffers gets it back, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Rebound taken down by Maranacook. Black Bears can cut into it a little bit more right now. Here's Fontaine. Jaden Jeffers on him. Fadeaway pop, yes! Here comes Maranacook.
Obviously the hot hand with Fontaine.
Naranya from the foul line. He answers back.
See if he squeezes up another one.
Here's Fontaine the other way. Shot blocked, but it comes down to LaBelle. Kick out. Reben for three. Off the back rim, no good. Out of bounds to Fort Kent.
Good ball movement. Started with the block shot by Aiden Jeffers, though.
Freeman out for Coach Magnuson. Ethan Chilton checking in. Naranya, front court, Jaden Jeffers. And he hands it off to his brother Aiden. Aiden, look for the step back. Now Jaden Jeffers for three, yes.
Jaden Jeffers for three.
I guess Maranacook has to just accept the fact that everybody on the Fort Kent team can shoot.
Here's Fontaine. Now down inside. The catch, the shot off the window and in for Gage Matson.
That's their go-to. That set play that they ran to open the ball game.
Back to a 6-point ball game. Aiden Jeffers gives it off to Pelletier. Here's Jaden Jeffers down inside to Sear. And he throws the ball away. It's stolen out by Maranacook. Matson into the front court. Matson down the lane. Shot off the glass. Can't get the roll. Rebound taken down by Fort. Jaden Jeffers off into the front court. Kicks it back out. Here's Aiden Jeffers, the spin move. Naranya tripped from behind and foul. That'll go on Ethan Chilton. That's his fourth.
Foul number 1, Ethan Chilton. Personal foul number 4, team foul number 1.
Here we go, shot fake. It really ended up with a trip.
Feet tangled up. Is back in the game. Will Morneau for Fort Kent. 3:25 to play in the third quarter. 6-point ball game. See what they dial up out of the inbound situation.
That's the first foul of this quarter for either team.
Timeout called as the Warriors couldn't get the ball inbounds. Coach Chad Sear didn't want to lose possession, so he takes the timeout to talk it over with his club with 3:25 to play here in the third quarter. Hey, did you miss a game or want to watch it again? Maine Public is rebroadcasting all of the state finals this weekend. Last night's Class B games were seen this morning, but today's games beginning tonight at 10 with the replay of the Class C girls game, the game that just finished up. Then championship weekend picks up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning with a full day of state final excitement, starting with this game at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. For a full replay schedule, head to mainpublic.org/basketball. Replay weekend of championship Saturday on the stations of Maine Public Television. 3:25 to play here in the third quarter. It's inbounded now. Pelletier for Fort Kent. Jaden Jeffers to Aiden. Aiden going to work inside. The shot no good, but he is fouled so quick to the basket.
He is, and Matson's doing a pretty good job of trying to keep him in front, but it's an impossible task without help. Here comes a spin dribble. And they did not call the foul on Matson. They gave it to Gloa.
Gloa's second. Aiden Jeffers' first free throw is good. He's got 15 points in the game. One more coming for the Fort Kent junior. And that one around and in. It's a friendly roll. 44-36, 8-point lead for the Warriors. Traveled 257 miles to get here.
They left this morning.
Pass knocked away inside as it's Matson up off the glass, no good, but it gets fouled, and that'll send him to the free throw line for a couple.
Matson did a good job establishing post position early in that possession on Jeffers.
Tobias Naranya called for the foul. That's his third. At the line, shooting two, Gage Matson. His first one's good. He's got 11 points in the final.
Matson does a really good job of playing off of 2 feet. He gets into the lane, he gets 2 feet down. He has extremely good balance. He's not going to commit a foul or a charge. Here comes the pressure.
He makes them both. Ball knocked away, and now reaching foul.
Right away with the steal.
That goes on Fort Kent. Will Morneau.
If you're Fort Kent, you want to get the ball to the middle of the floor at least one time during your possession against that kind of pressure.
Fontaine, guarded by Jaden Jeffers.
Set play again.
Down low, thrown away as a steal by Aiden Jeffers. Stepped in the passing lane. Up to Jaden, now off in the corner, Pelletier. Jaden Jeffers steps through, lays it in.
Made that one look easy.
So Jeffers with a bucket, back up to an 8-point lead for Fort Kent. As the ball thrown away, here's Aiden Jeffers. Gonna go right to the glass and lay it in.
Matson with the turnover that time.
4 quick points. Back up to a 10-point ball game with 2:06 to go here in the third quarter. It was 35-23 at the half. It's back to a 10-point ball game. Fontaine, the layup a little too hard, and a foul in the rebounding action on Gloa.
Fontaine had a pretty good look. Here we'll see with the left hand. But unlike Matson, who plays off of 2 feet, Fontaine did not.
Aiden Jeffers, front court. Steps through his defender. Matson on him, step for step. Shot's good. Man, that's just like the one he hit the last week.
It is. I guess it was no accident.
20 points now for Aiden Jeffers. Back up to a 12-point game. It's where we were at the half. The runner, the shot no good for Matson. He'll head to the free throw line for two. So Maranacook's worked so hard to get back in the game, and we're right where we were at the half.
There's Matson getting into the lane. Puts his head down, goes hard.
Finn Kelly called for the foul, his second, third on the team. Matson at the free throw line to shoot two. He was just 2 of 2. Now he's 3 of 3 after making the first. See the crowd shots for both schools. Excited fan support for both these clubs. Second shot's good. He's 2 of 2 on that sequence. Cuts it back to a 10-point ball game.
2-2-1 pressure. Somebody needs to be in the middle.
Yeah, they get it back to Aiden Jeffers. Throws it off in the corner. Morneau for 3.
Haven't heard from him for a while. Since his sizzling hot start.
His first quarter barrage, he knocks down a 3-point try. It's back to a 13-point game as a shot no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, back to Fort Kent. So the Warriors have it with 59 seconds to work with in the third quarter.
Back to man-to-man.
Warriors have it. Here's Morneau, guarded by Fontaine. A reach-in foul on Fontaine. That's the 4th team foul on Maranacook.
Personal foul number 2, team foul number 4.
Fontaine guarding Morneau on the inbounds pass right in front of us.
Morneau was pleading his case.
Tried to pass it through the lane to Jeffers, thrown away up ahead to Fontaine. He'll go to the glass and lay it in.
Again, Maranacook creating offense out of their defense.
35 seconds to work with here in the quarter.
Coach Sear, you just want your kids to take care of the basketball.
Jeffers, 24 seconds. Now Morneau. Morneau holding on to the basketball for the Warriors, leading by 11. So as of right now, Maranacook shaved 1 point off the halftime deficit.
Becomes a high ball screen.
Finn Kelly to set it if he uses it. Jeffers off the dribble to the glass, lays it up, no good. The tip up, no good. Rebound to LaBelle. That's how the third quarter ends from the Augusta Civic Center. We'll see what happens when the fourth quarter gets underway. After 3, Fort Kent 53, Maranacook 42. The fourth quarter on the way next on the main stations of Maine Public Television.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by...
At Central Maine Community College,
I'm going to be a pathologist.
there is something for everyone.
An athletic trainer, physical therapist.
Your future starts here.
Sheridan Construction, a Maine company committed to building on their promise for over 75 years.
At Thomas College, we do college differently. We do academics differently. We do community differently. We do careers differently. It's time to do college differently.
At the Augusta Civic Center, Toby Nelson, Ken Lindloff, 8 minutes up on the clock. We're ready for fourth quarter action from the Augusta Civic Center. An 11-point ball game, so Maranacook still has some chipping away to do here, Coach.
Yeah, and they felt good about themselves to get it down to 6, but then Fort Kent made a couple of plays, bumped it back up. So we'll see what happens. You got to break this fourth quarter down into a minute or 2 segments each. See who wins the first 2 minutes of this quarter.
Freeman inbounds.
Here goes Matson. Nobody's helped.
Matson in the lane, pull up pop, around it in.
Got a nice soft touch.
Matson with 16 points. Fontaine with 19 leading the way for Maranacook.
This is different, a 1-3-1 defense.
Naranya off in the corner. Another 3-point try. That one pulled for Morneau, a little long, and the rebound pulled off by Maranacook. Down by 9, they've got the basketball. Reben for 3.
Off to a great start.
They've run off the first 5, back to a 6-point game. Here's Aiden Jeffers. Morneau back to Jeffers. Corner, Johnson, baseline pop, that one no good. Rebound taken off by Maranacook. They can cut into it more, and Johnson with a foul in the backcourt.
2 straight air balls and a foul.
Foul number 4, Samuel Johnson. Personal foul number 3, team foul number 1.
There's, we see the foul by Johnson. His third.
Black Bears inbound, trailing by 6. Reben. Now Freeman for Maranacook. Guarded by Naranja out front. Fontaine comes back to get it. Johnson picks him up. Freeman hands it off to Fontaine. Trailing by 6. Here's Fontaine. Goes to work. Pulls up with a jumper. Got it. Down to 4. The first 7 points belong to Maranacook. Naranja off to Johnson. Now Jeffers. And gives it out to Morneau. Jeffers toes one up from 3-point land. Around and off. No good. Reben pulls it down. Here's Fontaine.
Here he comes.
For 3, off the front rim, no good. He lined that one up well. Rebound pulled off by Maranacook, and a timeout called by the Black Bears. So Coach Magnuson calls a timeout. And he'll get the timeout with 6:15 to go in a 4-point ball game. A full timeout called by the Black Bears. A season 9 of High School Quiz Show Maine returns on Thursday, March 19th. Tune in to watch schools from around the state match wits and compete for the $1,000 grand prize. This season, schools from Orono to Bethel to Portland will battle it out for the championship with host Todd Gutner. It starts Thursday, March 19th at 8 o'clock on the stations of Maine Public Television. So 6:15 to go in this one. Maranacook gets the timeout, so they'll be able to set something out off the inbounds play, which you know Coach Magnuson will have something drawn up well.
They will, and Fort Kent's going to have to worry about how they're going to solve this 1-3-1 defense that Maranacook has put up in the last, since the quarter started.
7 in a row scored here by the Black Bears. It was 53-42 going to the fourth quarter. Fort Kent is yet to score in the first about 2 minutes of this one. They want to double up Fontaine. They have Naranja and Johnson out on him. And the inbounds pass comes into Reben, gives it back to Fontaine. Sear coming to the scorer's table. He'll check in at the next whistle for Fort Kent. The handoff is Reben out to Matson. Matson got a step to the lane. The shot off the back rim, no good. He got a good look. Rebound pulled away to Fort Kent. Here's Johnson. Now Jeffers in the lane. The runner off the glass and in. Jeffers with 22 in the state final. Backcourt, a steal. Out to Jeffers. Spins in the lane. The shot off the glass and in. Another one.
Every time Maranacook makes a run, Fort Kent has the answer.
The answer has come from Aiden Jeffers. Matson tries to answer back from the foul line. No good. Rebound taken off by Naranja.
Maybe shooting it a little quick.
Tobias Naranja knocked away from behind. Loose on the floor. Now picked back up by Naranja. Throws it cross court as it comes up top. At the free throw line, now they throw it away.
Did they forget about number 10 that plays on their team?
Jeffers was right there. The kick out. Reben for 3. No good. Jeffers, the weak side board.
A lot of careless turnovers on the part of the Warriors.
Pelletier.
There you go.
Jeffers from the foul line. He's answered with 6 straight of his own. Timeout called by Coach Travis Magnuson. He starts to see this one slipping away. 4:47 to go, and now it's back to a 10-point ball game.
And there's going to be a lot of possessions, though. Both teams are capable of making 6 or 8-point runs. Let's take a look here. Here comes reverse pivot, up and in. Aiden Jeffers, outstanding.
6 points in this quarter, 26 in the game. Fontaine with 21 leading the way for Maranacook. So the two players we talked about coming into this one, the key players, they're answering the bell for their teams.
Yeah, they really are. And, you know, you got to run your offense through Aiden Jeffers if you're Fort Kent. And if you're Maranacook, you know, let Fontaine cook. It's going to be him and Matson.
Hey, when you support these basketball games broadcast as a member, you could get access to Passport, the online streaming service of Maine Public and PBS. From basketball to Bob Ross, from sound waves to Safe Harbors, Nova to Masterpiece Theater, and hundreds of other shows, Passport connects you to thousands of hours of quality television, while your support helps create more. Go to mainpublic.org/passport to learn more about that.
This game is so entertaining, it could be a Bob Ross painting.
It might be, yes, a pretty little cloud, or a happy little cloud, right? Here's Fontaine for Maranacook. Out of the timeout. Team trails it by 10. See if they have the answer. Step back jumper off the front rim. No good. Rebound taken down by Sear. Now he throws it away. Fontaine with the steal. Hops up over traffic as Naranja knocks it away from Fontaine.
Good hands by Naranja. Settle down. Here we go.
Fontaine left side for the Black Bears. Trailing by 10. Drives baseline. Forces the shot but gets fouled. That'll send him to the free throw line for 2 shots.
The last couple of shots have been, you know, slightly forced. But he drew the foul, so got a chance to get 2 points out of it.
Foul on Mason Pelletier. That's his first. Second on the team. Fontaine at the free throw line for 2 shots. The first one's good. Sear out and Morneau back in for Coach Chad Sear's group. Second shot is good, so he's 2 of 2 from the line. About halfway through the fourth quarter in an 8-point ball game.
Extended pressure. Get it to the middle. Oh.
They tried to. Ball knocked away and stolen. Fontaine, guarded by Johnson. Gets by his man, dumps it down low. It's tipped inside. Gloa off the glass, no good. The putback gets it to go.
That was a good pass by Fontaine. He looked over the top of that defense.
Gloa's first points of this championship game. Johnson to Jeffers down the lane, floats it off the glass a little too hard. Rebound taken down by Maranacook. Fontaine lost it. Diving after the loose ball as Pelletier had it. Now down inside. Turnaround shot off the glass and in. That one goes for Matson. And he'll head to the free throw line for a chance to make this a 3-point ball game.
Good shot fake up and under. Again, a good look by Fontaine.
59-55. So they've ripped off 6 straight. It's been a game of runs.
Sure is.
Johnson out. Finn Kelly back in at the free throw line. Matson. He's been 4 of 4. As he front rimmed that one. He's got 18 points. Rebound pulled down by Fort Kent. Pelletier into the front court. Morneau.
Double team.
They worked a double team, a reach-in foul on Matson. It's only the first foul on the Black Bears in the fourth quarter.
Foul number 12, Gage Matson, personal foul number 2.
Second foul on Matson. Morneau inbounds. It's in the corner. Naranja for 3. It's off the mark, no good. And a foul in the rebounding action. It's going to go on Maranacook.
It's on Chilton, I believe.
That's going to be Chilton's 5th. You're going to see that right here. Watching in the small of the back. Right there.
Yeah.
So Fort Kent ball underneath their own basket with 3:18 to go. It's Morneau to inbound it. It comes inside to Kelly, puts it off the glass and in. Finn Kelly's first points, they come at a pivotal point for the Warriors. Fontaine toes it up for 3, short. Rebound taken down by Matson. He'll go up with a shot and he's fouled. That'll send him back to the free throw line for 2 shots.
We watch Fontaine. He knew that shot was short. so he followed it in.
Foul number 32, Finnegan Kelly, personal foul number 3.
Matson working hard on the glass as he always does.
So Kelly called for the foul, his third. 3:03 to go, 6-point lead. Matson's first free throw is good. 19 points now for Matson, unofficially. And his second is good. 2 of 2 at the free throw line for Gage Matson. 61-57.
2-2-1 pressure.
At the free throw line, Pelletier, Naranja up top. He'll tow it for 3. Back rim, no good. Pelletier with a rebound. Hands it back out to Naranja. Naranja down the lane, whistle, and a blocking foul. That's a blocking foul on Maranacook.
Foul number 5, called to Gloa. Personal foul number 4, team foul number 2.
That's 4 on Gloa. He received Naranja. And Gloa wasn't quite set. His feet were still moving, and he didn't have position. You can still draw a foul or an offensive foul if your feet are moving, but you have to establish position.
That's the third team foul on Maranacook. Morneau inbounds with 2:42 to go. I guess we saved the best for last here. This has been a fun basketball game on Championship Saturday, the Class C State Championship. Pelletier, shot blocked away, comes down to Maranacook. Black Bears have it with Fontaine.
He had Kelly open underneath, too.
Fontaine into the front court. Through traffic, floats it up. He got it. 25 for Fontaine. It's a 2-point ball game. Off in the corner. Pelletier brings it back out top now for the Fort Kent Warriors with Morneau. Morneau to Pelletier.
Don't forget.
Inside Kelly, off the glass and in.
They had that whole possession without Jeffers touching the ball.
So Kelly with a bucket. Under 2 to go. 63-59. Hang on to your hats up in the St. John Valley. Up top, Fontaine. 3! Yes! It's a 1-point game.
Diamond and 1.
Naranja underneath Kelly, alone, lays it in. He's got 6 this quarter.
Again, the back of that defense has to pay attention.
65-62. Here's Matson. Matson in the lane. Leans in, shot up, around and off, no good. Naranja with a rebound. Naranja with the board, down to 1:14 to go into the front court. This is Morneau, and a timeout called by the Fort Kent Warriors with 1:11 to play, Coach. We've got ourselves a great ending coming.
We certainly have a dandy.
Fort Kent fans on their feet, the Maranacook fans on their feet across the way. 65-62, Fort Kent with the lead. Maranacook has had one lead in the game. That was 2-0.
2-0.
The Warriors ripped off 20 straight points to go up 20-2, and Maranacook's been playing from behind all night long. They got it to within 1 on that three-pointer by Fontaine, but Kelly answered back with the last bucket.
Coach Magnuson's over there with his staff. I think they're trying to decide what kind of defense they're going to come out with here in the last minute or out of this possession. There's Kelly.
That was the last basket to put Fort Kent up by 3. They've got the basketball coming out of the timeout. 1:11 to play here in the fourth quarter. From the Augusta Civic Center, the Class C State Championship. We're glad you can tune in on the stations of Maine Public Television, online, on air, wherever you are. We've got you covered for these state finals. Everybody on their feet right now. Warriors inbound along the near sideline. It's Mason Pelletier down in front of us here on press row.
Sideline out of bounds.
Comes
into
a
double.
Jeffers. And it is quickly doubling.
Jeffers can look over the top of the double.
Naranja tries 3. It's off the back rim, no good. Rebound taken off by Maranacook. Fontaine into the front court. Under a minute to play. Ball tipped away. Kelly had it, picked up, and now he's going to knock it back to Morneau.
That was Jeffers with a deflection.
Morneau almost stolen. Jeffers has got it. Now gives it up. Dumps it down inside. Kelly, the catch off the glass and in. He had no points until the fourth quarter. He's got 8 big ones. It's a 5-point game. Fontaine for 3, no good. Rebound taken off by the Warriors with Naranja. He's fouled with 28 seconds to play.
No double bonus yet, though.
Foul on Fontaine, his third, 4th on the team. You're right, Coach. There's no double bonus yet.
Full court pressure.
And the foul before they even inbound. Naranja is going to shoot some free throws. It's a 5-point game with 28 seconds to go.
Yep. And, they made the decision, or Fontaine did, to shoot a 3. You need a 2 and a 3. Maybe the better decision might have been try to get a quick 2. Something to the basket where Fort Kent doesn't want to foul with that lead.
Tobias Naranja at the free throw line. First one's good. 9 points in this one. If he gets this one, makes it a 3-possession ball game with 28 seconds to go. Second one is good. Sub coming in from Maranacook is a Brennan Boyd checking in. So Boyd in and LaBelle goes out, so they substitute a shooter in right now because they're going to need to take a 3.
They can also get a quick 2.
That's true. They get a quick 2.
Timeout, yep.
Snap a timeout. 69-62.
Fontaine's going to try to get a 3 off.
24 seconds to go. Ball knocked away by Jeffers, but they did tick about 5 seconds off the clock to make that happen.
Jeffers made a big deflection and steal that people, should remember going back with about a minute to go.
Fontaine to inbound in the corner.
Wide open.
3-point shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Kelly and a foul with 19 seconds to play.
I don't think we called Kelly's name more than a couple of times.
Not until the fourth quarter, where he has been on fire on the offensive end and defensive end. And the Fort Kent fans can start to feel it here with 19 seconds to play as Kelly heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. We had a first-time champion earlier tonight with Maranacook. We might have a first-time champion on the boys' side as well with Fort Kent. As the first free throw for Kelly off the back rim, no good. He gets one more here. Finn Kelly at the free throw line. Second shot is off the back rim, no good. Rebound, loose, and a foul on Fort Kent.
Didn't want to foul.
Because the clock is stopped. Pelletier called for the foul. That's the 15th foul, so Maranacook shoots free throws.
And that's unfortunate because, the clock stops. They get to go down and take 2 free throws. And somebody that hasn't missed yet, Matson.
So Matson to the free throw line.
So you didn't get a chance to set your defense and make them try to score against you.
He has 20 points tonight in this championship game. .15 seconds to play. Fort Kent 69-62 lead over Maranacook. First shot for Matson is short. He's got one more. Second shot, that one's good. Makes 1 of 2. A couple subs coming in the game here. See if they send anybody long. Finn Kelly to inbound. And a foul. Jeffers knocked down, so he's going to go to the free throw line for a couple. Fouls on Matson.
And I think if you're Fort Kent, you don't want to put anybody even on the foul line or the foul lane. Yeah, get them back on defense.
Up by 6, 15 seconds to go. Aiden Jeffers at the free throw line, 26 points unofficially.
Last time I checked, Coach Sear didn't ask my opinion on what he should do.
He might, though. You never know. As the first free throw missed.
2-possession game if he misses.
Got the second. One of two. 7-point ball game, 15 seconds left. Here's Fontaine. He'll get it as soon as he touches the ball. Clock starts. There it goes. Fontaine steps back, tries three, comes up short. Rebound comes down to Fort Kent. They'll foul with 8 seconds to play. Coach Chad Sear
looking at a state championship.
starting to shake hands with guys on the bench because they can feel it now with 8 seconds to play.
That gold ball sitting over there on that table is about to take a 237-mile ride.
I'm guessing the ride back will feel pretty good for the Fort Kent team, as Maranacook will now substitute a bunch of players in. Fontaine checks out. Reben checks out. I have Fontaine for 28 points unofficially in this one.
Sounds about right.
21 for Matson. Pelletier at the free throw line. Fort Kent does the same as they substitute out a bunch of players. Jeffers goes to the bench with 27 in the game. As the first shot, no good for Pelletier. He'll get one more. 8 seconds to play, 70-63, the lead for the Fort Kent Warriors. Second shot, side of the rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Gloa. Gloa to Josh Herzing, who just checked in the game, off in the corner. Three-point shot around the rim and off, no good. And for the first time in school history, that gold ball's going back to Fort Kent. The Warriors, the number 3 seed coming into the Northern Maine tournament. They knock off a number 2 and a number 1 to get here, and they knocked off the best that Southern Maine had to offer in this state final. Maranacook gave a great effort clawing their way back in, but Fort Kent hangs on and wins the gold ball.
Yeah, it looked like several times when Fort Kent could have withered and collapsed, because all the momentum seemed to be on the Maranacook side with Fontaine and Matson, but they dug deep, they held on. Kelly made some big plays, and of course Jeffers was the key throughout on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively.
Running through some of the final numbers right now, as the Fort Kent Warriors and the Maranacook Black Bears shaking hands. They know they had a big battle here tonight. These two clubs went at it hard. Fort Kent jumped out to a 20-2 lead.
And that man right there, number 2, Will Morneau, started the things off with 3 threes in a row.
Pelletier with 5. Kelly with 8. Jaden Jeffers with 8. 10 points for Naranja, 12 for Morneau, and 27 for Aiden Jeffers. Fort Kent, they're the Class C state champions, 70-63 over the Maranacook Black Bears. They're bringing the table out right now with the gold ball, the runner-up plaque, as well as all the ribbons that these players will get here in just a moment. They took the ride from Fort Kent to Augusta, and they are Class C state champions. We'll send it over to the table for the awarding of the state championship plaques and ribbons.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Maine Principals Association and Hammond Lumber Company, congratulations to both teams on their exceptional championship-level play throughout the 2026 tournament. We hope that the memories you made this season and over the past 2 weeks of the tournament last a lifetime. As you all think back to your tournament experience with your teammates, coaches, families, and friends, may you take with you pride in your efforts on the court. You have represented yourselves, your communities, and Maine basketball well. For the seniors on both teams, thank you. Thank you all for your leadership throughout your high school basketball careers. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Now on the court, representing the Maine Principals Association, are Krista Hustis, Athletic Administrator, Mountain View High School, and Dan Hart, Retired Administrator, Guy E. Rowe School. And representing Hammond Lumber Company is David Frey, Manager of the Livermore Falls and Mexico locations. To begin the award presentation, I would ask Head Coach Travis Magnuson and his assistants, Marty Magnuson, Tom Labrie, and Garrett Witten, to please come forward. Managers, sophomore Gabe Schiffen. Junior Brody McFarland. Freshman Johan Meserve. Team personnel, freshman Wyatt Marco. Freshman Carter Nelson. Freshman Gage Matson. Sophomore Paxton Plord. Sophomore Josh Herzing. Sophomore Henry Tarbuck. Sophomore Jordan Barabee. Sophomore Alex LaBelle. Junior Grady Reben. Junior Jack Fontaine. Junior Brennan Boyd. Senior Luke Tinkham. Senior Ethan Chilton. Senior Calder Gloa. And Senior Elijah Freeman. On behalf of the Maine Principals Association and Hammond Lumber Company, it is our pleasure to present the runner-up plaque for the 2026 Maine Class C Boys State Basketball Championship to Maranacook High School. Congratulations. And now, to present the awards to your 2026 Maine Class C State Basketball Champions of Fort Kent High School, I would ask Head Coach Chad Sear and assistant coaches John Narandra, Dominique Rosignol, please come forward. Managers, Junior Noah Parks. Senior Liam Harler. Team personnel, sophomore Kyle Parody. Junior Samuel Johnson. Junior Jaden Jeffers. Junior Dominic Sear. Junior Mason Pelletier. Junior Aiden Jeffers. Senior Gregory Willett. Senior Benjamin Albert. Senior Nathan Castangwe. Senior Gavin Sever. Senior Finnegan Kelly. Senior Captain William Morneau. And Senior Captain Tobias Narunya. On behalf of the Maine Principals Association and Hammond Lumber Company, it is our pleasure to present the Champion Gold Ball Trophy for the 2026 Maine Class C Boys Basketball Championship to Maranacook Fort Kent High School. Congratulations.
Fort Kent, they've got the state championship gold ball. We'll hear from those victorious Warriors in just a moment. 70-63 the final. Fort Kent over Maranacook, the Class C Boys state championship. Back to the Civic Center in just a moment.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
Expect the unexpected at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, committed to providing an affordable education with a personalized experience full of discovery and innovation.
Thanks to Maine Credit Union's Surf Network, I have access to the largest surcharge-free ATM network in the state. Find a Surf ATM at mainecreditunions.org.
Hammond Lumber Company, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with building supplies and custom services from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
At the Augusta Civic Center, the nets are down as one side's cut down anyway, the side that Naranya and Aiden Jeffers have. And on the flip side, looking down on the other way, Will Morneau and Mason Pelletier, they'll wave them in the air right now. Those are the seniors. Morneau got the team off to a great start here.
Oh, sure did.
Aiden Jeffers, 27 points in this Class C state championship game. Morneau hit 3 threes in the first quarter. Remember, Maranacook came off the opening tip. They ended up scoring the first bucket of the game, and then Fort Kent ripped off 20 straight points to go up 20-2. Maranacook cut it back to a 1-point lead late, 63-62, but never got any closer. The Warriors are state champions as they wave the nets very proudly right now.
Well, they sure earned it. I mean, they took down Caribou, who was defending. We got to remember they were defending state champs in Class B last year. They took them down and then beat a pretty solid Maranacook team here on this floor.
Coach Chad Sear and his group, they just played hard when they got to the cross center. They knocked off Sumner in the quarterfinals. They were down through 2.5, close to 3 quarters against Maranacook, came back and won that game. And then they came back to beat Caribou in a classic last week, and they win it over Maranacook tonight in the Class C state championship in Augusta, 70-63 the final, as the Warriors all climbing up the ladder right now to wave the nets. It's been a busy 6-game day here at the Augusta Civic Center. Essentially, it's been a 12-hour day of basketball for everybody involved, and actually much longer than that because the behind-the-scenes crew, everyone here so early this morning to get ready for these games. And they've worked very, very hard. We'll thank all of them before we leave you tonight. And, of course, we'll hear from the Warriors in just a moment. Ethan Snow over on the side. He'll talk to the Fort Kent team here in just a moment. As the Warriors pick up a win earlier today, the Valley girls and boys win Class S. Penobscot Valley girls and Monmouth boys win Class D. Class C goes to Maranacook and Fort Kent. Coach Chad Sear up on top of the ladder waving it around. Took the program over back around 2020 and has really built a wonderful program up in Fort Kent. Consistent winners, does it the right way, and his team's playing some really good basketball at the right time. His assistant coaches going up, also waving the nets as they tear them down. Normally they'd be forcing the teams off the floor, but this is the last game of the night, so stay out there as long as you want. I think we'll do the interview probably right on the floor as well as the Civic Center staff moving the ladders away. Normally they'd be climbing the ladders and putting a new net up, getting ready for the next game, but there is no next game as the Warriors holding on to that basketball. They're going to move them towards center court, and that's where the interview will take place. They'll also take their state championship picture. Last night, the Lawrence girls picking up a win, the Gardner boys. Chevrolet girls down at Portland tonight in overtime over Hamden. The Portland boys beating Camden Hills. So those were the state champions this year in Class A, B, C, D, and S. The first go-around of this classification. We'll have one more year, and then we'll see what the MPA does after that. But deem it a success for a lot of these schools. As a state championship signs handed out to all the Fort Kent Warriors. They'll never forget this. State champions in 2026. The Fort Kent Warriors holding on to the gold ball. 70-63 the final here tonight from the Augusta Civic Center. As the Fort Kent Warriors holding on to their gold basketball, holding on to their medals. And Ethan Snow will talk to him here in just a moment. 27 points for Jeffers, Naranya with 10, 12 for Will Morneau. 8 in the game for Jaden Jeffers, 8 for Finn Kelly, all in the fourth quarter when they needed him most.
And the people that we identified as the key players for either team really came through tonight. Fontaine was spectacular at times, and Matson was solid throughout. And I can't say enough about Aiden Jeffers and the effort that he put forth.
Let's send it over to the floor right now as Ethan Snow with a victorious group of Warriors. Ethan?
Well, thank you very much, Toby. The curtain has fallen on another high school basketball season, and it falls with another first-time champion here tonight. Congratulations, guys. What a win tonight. What a game. Aiden Jeffers, we'll talk to you first, my friend. Step forward. What a performance for you tonight. What a tournament for you as well. Hit the game winner last week. Tonight you scored 29, have a double-double to lead your team to their first gold ball ever. How's that feel?
It's amazing. I know all the spotlight's on me, but I love these guys. You know, they work their ass off. Mason out here can't breathe because he's been just getting the boards, diving on the floor. And it's just the people that do little things. Sam, people like Will come out and they show out, and it's just amazing to win it for our county pretty much.
Yeah, speaking of doing the little things, how about Finn Kelly step forward? Finn, you were scoreless through 3 quarters tonight, and every single time Maranacook threw a run at you, they were relentless despite the fast start for you guys. You scored 8 points in the 4th quarter, and every single bucket you scored squashed the Maranacook run. You're a senior on this team, first gold ball. Talk about what was going through your mind in that 4th quarter.
It's just, man, I was praying this whole game. This is an amazing feeling. I'm never going to have this feeling again. My Lord Savior Jesus Christ, man, I've never been this happy. I love these guys. This is my family. I've never been this happy. This is surreal.
All right, we got Coach around. Coach. Coach, you've been at the helm of this. You took over this program several years ago. In every single year, you have seen improvement. You got these guys to regional final a few years ago. You took that step this year, and now you have reached the pinnacle. How's that feel for your team, yourself, and this community?
It feels great. Feels excellent. I mean, thank you. It humbles me a little bit, but it's all these guys. They put in the work. Like, there is no other kids in this state that put in as much work as these kids do in the gym. I tell everybody, we don't have to worry about them getting caught at a party. We worry about them breaking an ankle playing pickup at the college. That's basically what it is. But they just work, and they come together as a team. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Talk about this community support real quick. Last question. Talk about the support of the community. They were fantastic tonight. They were fantastic throughout the entire tournament. What has the community meant to this program?
Oh, my God. I mean, without the community, this doesn't happen, right? So, thankfully, we have the community that we have. There was no doubt in my mind that there was nobody leaving those stands until those boys got their awards. And just it's amazing. It's amazing, the community support. And it's also, that was part of the motivation for these guys to get out and grab this, was how much it means to the community. And I know right now the movie theater's going wild, the Skeeto's going wild, JD's is going wild, the whole town's going wild. So just very happy for these guys. And actually, we are very happy to bring it back to the community for them as well.
All right, well, he said the whole town's going wild. So how about you guys get wild for the town? Tell the camera what it's like to be state champions for the very first time.
Gold ball going back to the St. John Valley tonight as the Fort Kent Warriors, they're the Class C state champions. That's going to wrap things up for our tournament coverage here. A busy 6-game day. We want to thank everybody involved, not by name. There's too many camera people, too many technical directors behind the scenes, but thank you so much for your work. I do want to thank executive producer Nick Godfrey, my table director Tammy Wayborn, and my broadcast partner for this night session, Ken Lindloff, also Ethan Snow, our sideline reporter. Final score in this one, the Fort Kent Warriors 70 and the Maranacook Black Bears 63. Good night from the Augusta Civic Center.